Hi, everybody.
Hi, dolls.
We're coming to you live from the Wild Rose Brewery
Yes.
in Griffith, Indiana. Kelly had to take an unexpected trip to do some consulting with a client down in Big Bone Lick Park in Kentucky.
Is that where she is?
That's where she is.
I have a client not too far from there in a place called Rabbit Hash. It's the mayor of the town who's a client of mine. Gwyneth Paltrow. Not Gwyneth. Gwyneth Paltrow. Goes by Bryn. She's a pit bull and she's the mayor of Rabbit Hash. It's true. True story. You can look it up.
Amazing.
Yes.
So, with us today, we have LaRue, who actually was so gracious to fill in at the last moment. We had a guest that canceled due to some last-minute changes in their schedule, so Lily agreed to fly in special for us.
Well, I didn't fly in special for you.
No.
I have a client who's in town. She's making an appearance tomorrow night here in Griffith, and we flew in on her private jet into the Gary Airport. Now, I have, there's this thing like, how doctors have client-patient privileges, like doctor-patient things? Well, in the makeup industry, we do the same thing. We don't talk, their names, but I can tell you that, well, she's going to be in the Kids Zone tomorrow night here in Griffith at the Rock and Rail, and her friends are Danny Dog and Candy Cat. I can't tell you anymore, but you'll probably figure it out. But she's going to be there live.
So your client is again?
My client flew in. I came in on her plane. I have to make sure she looks good for the audience. But, I have seen the Bill and Callie show on YouTube and on Facebook Live. And, well, to be honest, you all know this to be true. I've seen Callie, and I figured if anybody needs my professional help with makeup and hair, it's her. So I came in, and unfortunately, she's not here, but Bill was so kind and asked me if I could stay and help out. So I said, sure, why not?
I may need some of your professional services.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
All right, just back up a little bit. Lily
Yes.
is the makeup artist to the stars.
Yes, that's true.
So, and you can't discuss a lot of that because
Well, I
there's...
can't say names, but have you ever heard of Kim Kardashian?
Oh, why? Who isn't?
Well, I've done makeup for her third cousin. And you've probably heard of Paris Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know her personally, but I have done makeup for 3 people who work at a Hilton hotel. So, just saying. True story.
So,
Yes.
if I mention... Well, first of all, let's talk about your trip into the region.
Yes.
You flew into Gary Airport.
I
on
did.
Your client's private jet.
Private jet, yes.
Fancy.
Well,
Fancy.
nothing but the best for my clients, That's why they use me.
Definitely. So, talked about your experience with the area, because have you ever been to the region before?
Well, I've flown over it before on my way into Chicago, but I've never actually been here in what I've heard it's called the region. So I wanted to see what it was like, and since my client is busy preparing for her big day tomorrow, I thought, I would do a little driving around in the rent-a-car, see what I could see. And honestly, you guys, this place is adorable. I mean, it's totes adorbs, darling.
Totes
Totes
adorbs.
adorbs.
That's your takeaway from today's show.
It is.
Totes adorbs.
It is totes
All
adorbs.
are totes adorbs.
Now the traffic on that big street named for the astronaut, that was a little crazy.
The Borman.
Oh, that's it. Yes, the Borman. It's named for an astronaut, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those guys that went into space.
I know. I've heard all about it from my grandmother. Okay. So anyway, I came in on the Borman, and then I came in and I got off on this thing called Klein Avenue, and I drove down Klein, and I saw all kinds of cute little houses. There's a Kmart. There's a Fannie Mae candy shop. I wasn't familiar with Fannie Mae, but they say they're very, very good.
Oh.
and I saw a Strack and Van Til's, I think it's called.
That's a grocery store.
Okay, well, I went past there, and then just cute little houses, cute little shops. I went to this place called Munster. I went to Highland. I went to Griffith, and I went to Cherville.
Wow, you've been around. So
Well, I was trying to find Callie. I had forgotten that she might be here. And I said to somebody, do you know where Callie is? And they told me it was in Cherville. So I went there to find her, but there's this place called Callie Beauty, but she wasn't there.
I know that people always get confused because naturally Kelly is a beauty.
Well, she will be with my help. Let's be honest.
And again, Kelly is in Big Bone Lake Park in Kentucky.
Where?
Big Bone Lake.
No, I don't think that's what it's called. I remember when I was in Rabbit Hash, it's called Big Bone Lick.
Big Bone Lick. You're
Big
right.
Bone Lick.
Big Bone
Yes.
Lick. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
So she's there visiting a client, just for you tuning in and wondering.
What kind of a client? What does she do?
She's a
I
travel
thought she
agent.
did this. She's
Oh.
a travel agent?
Yes, she is.
Oh my goodness, I need to get with her.
Yep.
I
Plan a
love to
trip.
travel.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I
she's
travel
the one
all
to see.
over. I was born in a little town, but now, when you work with the stars, you're everywhere.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Louisiana. Can't you tell by my accent? I grew up in a little Cajun town in Louisiana. I thought you could tell by my accent that I'm from Louisiana. I have that Louisiana kind of Cajun-y thing going on.
It must be extreme eastern Louisiana.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. By the bayous.
Like as far east as the Bronx.
I don't think so.
You sure?
I'll have to ask my mother, but I don't think so. Anyway,
right.
Yes, my name is Lily LaRue. My last name is French because there's a lot of French people down there in that Creole Louisiana kind of a thing, and it means the street. Now, I'm Lily LaRue, not to be confused with the wonderful Lily LaRue Foundation, and not to be confused with the burlesque star Lily LaRue. Now, but my last name means the street in French, which is perfect because I do walk streets.
So you're a street
Everybody.
walker.
I am a street walker. Sure, I walk down streets. I walk down trails. But yes, I'm a street walker. I'm a trail walker. But it means the street, so the street, and I walk down the street, so I'm a street walker. Yes.
Do you gravitate towards the corners often?
Well, only if I'm crossing the street. You get to push the little button, and the big thing comes on that says it's time to go, and it beeps at you. And
So do you have any people rolling up while you're waiting on the corner, saying
I
interesting
have
things
had
to you?
some very nice men come up and say hello to me, ask me if I want to go places, but I have fancy clients. I don't have time for that stuff. But everybody's always very nice.
So none of them needed makeup work, evidently.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to them.
So let me mention a couple of stars' names. You
Okay.
don't have, but you could kind of give us a hint, maybe.
Oh, all right.
Tom Cruise.
Okay, what about him?
So how much makeup does it take to make him look like he does?
Well,
'Cause after all,
I've never been on the set with him, but I was on an airplane once, and he was on the airplane, and obviously they can do a lot with makeup and special effects, let's just say.
Does it involve an air compressor?
Possible.
Because he does do his own stunts. And
That's
whoever
what
his
I
makeup
hear.
artist is, has got to really make sure that stuff stays on.
Well, you can buy this spray. It's wonderful. You just spray it on after you put on your makeup, and it stays all day.
All day?
All day.
Any longer in the day?
Well, possibly. I always take it off at night. You have to do that for your skin, You don't want to keep the makeup on all day
So how
and
do you-
all night.
How do you take that off at night? Like a chisel and hammer?
What are you saying?
I don't know. I figured if it's durable enough to stay on during his stunts, he would need something.
Oh,
that would-
him? I don't know. For me, no. mean, I'm
No, I would
barely
never.
wearing any makeup. I wrote that pamphlet. It's a very big seller. It's a pamphlet called How to Be Beautiful Without Really Trying. I mean, it's hard to believe. It only takes me an hour to put on my makeup. I mean,
So
how easy is that?
you sell this pamphlet, is that correct?
I do sell the pamphlet.
So how many copies have you sold so far?
Oh, I'm probably in the 20s or 30s.
Oh, so if I look up the name on the New York bestsellers list, where would
They
it
don't
rank?
put that on the New York Times bestseller list. But I suppose in the world of pamphlets, it's right up there with, Big Bone Lick Park and Rabbit Hash.
How to redo the siding on your garage?
Possible. I don't know how popular that is. I don't have a garage. I don't really live anywhere. I just fly from client to client,
So are you saying you're homeless?
No, I'm not homeless. Does this look like a girl who's homeless? No. I stay at fancy hotels like Motel 6, Red Roof Inn,
Refrigerator?
I've never stayed in a refrigerator. I
So-
met the refrigerator once when I was in Chicago.
Oh, during the winter.
No, it was in the spring.
The spring.
Yes,
Oh.
I met the refrigerator.
You met the refrigerator in the
Yes.
spring.
Yes.
So
I never
tell us
stayed
about
in a
that.
refrigerator.
Oh. So tell us about that.
Well, I was at this little restaurant place that has really good cheeseburgers. It's called Ditka's. I'd never been there before, but I was in there, and everybody started screaming, "It's the refrigerator! It's the refrigerator!" So I went over and I said, "You don't even look like a refrigerator. Why do people call you that?" And he said, "It's because he's so big."
Oh, yes, the refrigerator.
Yes. But I met him. I've never stayed at the refrigerators.
Yeah. Do you meet Ditka?
Is that a person?
Yes, depending on how you say it. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a restaurant.
Well, yeah. It used to be the Chicago Bears coach, and some people still believe he should be the coach today. In fact,
The Bears in Chicago have a coach?
yes, they do. I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Okay, so if I went to Lincoln Park Zoo or Brookfield Zoo, the Bears have a coach?
You could say that. Yes.
I'm confused.
Well, let's move
What
on.
do they coach them with? Lifestyles?
Let's move on. Let's talk more of your area expertise.
Okay.
So let's bring up another star.
Yes.
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close, yes.
So tell us about her. Maybe you know the person that does her makeup. Maybe you don't.
Well, let's just say that I have met the person who has cut the hair of the person who does the makeup for Glenn Close.
So, that's amazing. So let's talk about someone else. Clooney.
George Clooney?
George Clooney.
Oh my God, he's gorgeous.
How long does it take him to be, or is that natural?
Oh, it's all natural, honey.
It is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, there goes my hopes. So let's move on to someone else.
Okay.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Yes. Well, he does use a lot of makeup. Let's just say he's
Lot
not
of
exactly
wax?
he's not exactly a spring chicken anymore.
No,
of course, it
none of
helps
us
that
are.
I think he was once cryogenically frozen. So, maybe that's kind of what has sustained the beautiness of his skin.
The beautiness.
The beautiness of his skin. I think that's what it was.
So how long does it take him to become beautiness?
Well, I would think it wouldn't take very long. He keeps in shape. He's very good looking. A little bit of cover up here and there, a little highlighter. I think he'd be good to go.
All right, so let's move on. Let's think of another artist, another actor that is pretty popular. Oh, I don't know. Let's talk about maybe some of the older actors because they do need help like us.
Okay.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Oh my God, he's so cute, isn't he? Did you ever see that show he did where he played a grandpa? He was very crazy in that one. And one time he was a fucker.
Yeah, he's a real fucker, right?
Yeah, he was a fucker, and it was very funny. Well, actually, he wasn't a fucker. His daughter was marrying a fucker. That's what it was.
I know. One topic I know a lot of people are anxious to know.
Okay.
All right. Donald Trump.
Who?
Okay, I can see here you're going to... Donald Trump, our president.
Oh, the guy on television.
Yes, the guy on television.
Okay, yeah.
You're the one that everyone talks about. You could Google and come up... You could Google some pretty interesting things like... I won't mention it.
I would never Google that name.
No?
No.
All right. You know, people wonder how he gets that such a bright tan that he has.
Is that a tan? I thought he just drank too much orange juice. He could really use a good facial, I think. And there's this thing called hair masks that you put into your hair, and it makes it look less like straw and more like naturally beautiful hair. And I could hook him up. I could make him look so nice.
So, is that hair he has, or is that a wig that he...
Well, I don't know if it's real or not. I've never touched it. I've never been that close to him. I'm assuming it's not real, but I don't know. I mean, I would like to think that if it was real, he could buy a hair mask. You know, you'd think his wife is so pretty.
Yes, she is.
You know,
One
she
often wonders.
could help him put the pretty stuff in his hair, make him up a little bit.
So, all right. So you're saying that look is natural, the orange look,
Well, I don't know. I just always assumed he drank a lot of orange juice. I don't know.
or carrot juice.
Possible.
I don't think it would
Carrot
get that
juice is
healthy.
supposed to be healthy, though. I don't know if he drinks
I
things
don't
that are
think
healthy
he
too
drinks
much.
or eat anything healthy.
I did read a story one time that he does like cheeseburgers and he likes a lot of Diet Coke.
Oh, I know what it is. Orange soda.
Oh, maybe it's orange soda.
That's it.
Yeah.
Orange soda.
There's an island where people like orange soda a lot.
So, we talked about the makeup you put on with various
Yes.
different artists, and now we realize you can't disclose, but you
Oh, no.
kind of give us hints.
Keep
So
quiet.
how many, we realize there's some restraining orders out there that you have to acknowledge, but how many people's faces have you touched? How many stars' faces have you touched legally?
Legally? Oh, well, that changes things. Let me think. Legally?
If you could think about the ones that don't have restraining orders against you.
I don't have any restraining orders against me. Jeez. Well, I would think that well, do you consider animals to be stars? I do. Because I have some, obviously.
Charlotte?
Charlotte, the little spider?
Yeah.
I've not touched
She's a
Charlotte. Yes, she is. She is a star. I have not. Like I said,
Miss
Danny
Piggy?
Dog and Candy Cat are friends with my client now. She is not what some people would consider human, although she does have her own television show and she's very famous and she's kind of pink. And it's so fun to put makeup on her because pink is one of my favorite colors. But if you're talking, okay, so I've got her, and I have done makeup for Gwyneth Paltrow, and that person, and that person, and that person. I'd say probably about 50.
50 faces that
Yes.
you've legally touched,
Yes, that I've legally touched.
that they have taken offense to.
No. No one takes offense when I touch them. I'm very nice. I'm very soft.
So, what would you recommend for me?
How long is the show?
Our makeup artist is not able to attend. She knew that Kelly wasn't going to be here, so she didn't show up. She said good luck with that and walked away.
Oh.
So.
Yes.
So,
Isn't that a needle that pulls thread?
Beg your pardon?
Isn't that a needle that pulls thread?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's move on here.
Oh,
Movies.
bubbles.
Movies.
Yes.
So, being a makeup artist, you had
Yes.
to work on a set at some time.
Yes.
So can you maybe talk about some of the movies that you worked on the sets? Again, legally.
Well, there was one movie I worked on where some of the people were blue. And there was a movie I worked on where some of the people had really long hair. And there was a movie that I worked on where the people weren't real people.
They weren't real people.
No.
What type of movie wouldn't have real people?
Well, people draw the people.
Oh, a cartoon.
Well, it's animated. I wouldn't call it a cartoon.
So you are a makeup artist for cartoons.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes they let me come in and I take my beautiful color pencils and I color in the makeup on the characters, because I'm an artist. And
So-
I do the makeup on some of those people. Sometimes I do it on real people. Sometimes I do it on animals.
So like The Incredibles.
I haven't done it for The Incredibles.
No.
Not that I can talk about.
Yeah, that gets kind of difficult. So I'll just that you can talk about. So let's think about something else. Let me think about another animation. What about
Okay.
some of the Disney cartoons?
I have not done anything with Disney.
No,
No.
no. What about the Marvel characters?
No. I did do something that had a bun. I
bun.
can't name the name. It had a bun. But that's all I can say.
A bun.
A bun.
So did you provide makeup for someone's bun?
Yes, and that's bun. B-U-N. And yes, I gave the bun some blush and some eyelashes.
Oh.
Yes. We can't talk about the name of the movie, but I did make the bun look very pretty.
You know, some people could call this a sausage party.
Well, maybe. Some people would call it that. I don't know.
All right, so let's get back to real life characters in films.
Okay.
All right. What about documentaries?
I have worked on documentaries.
You have?
Yes.
Okay. Any that you could give us a hint on? Like who were they?
Well, I one time went and did the makeup for somebody that lives in Scotland, but she was too shy to show up on camera.
Too shy to show up on camera?
Yes. I did this beautiful makeup job. She looked lovely. They were there to do a story about her, but then she was just too shy. She didn't want to be on camera.
So did they have to cancel the film or
No, they still filmed
without her?
without her, and they talked about her, but they never actually filmed her because she was too shy to show up.
So you did all this work on
But she was a very sweet thing.
very sweet thing.
Yeah, she was very sweet. She's just shy.
So,
A lot of people show up with cameras and lights and everything, and it just disrupts her life. She doesn't like it. So they just kind of drove around, took pictures of where she lives, but she didn't want to show up.
so how'd that affect the movie
Well, it was still a very interesting movie.
without her?
Yes.
Well, she
Well,
evidently
because she's legendary.
She's legendary.
Yes, she is. Some
But-
people know what she looks like, or they think they know what she looks like.
Did they still pay her for the movie?
Yes.
Wow. If only we could find that type of gig.
There's also another documentary that I did, and the thing is, he's a very big guy, and he doesn't like to be around a lot of people. But I fixed him up and made him look as nice as I could. And then he walked around a little bit, so they didn't get a lot of really good close-up pictures of him, but they talked about him.
So you had another artist that you did makeup for.
He's not an artist.
No, I meant you, the makeup artist that you did work for.
That I did work for, yes.
So was that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
No?
No, but this guy is really tall. He's got a
Tall.
lot of hair. He didn't want to be on camera very much. You know, we saw some scenes of him walking around in the woods, but you don't really get a good close-up of him. But I did his makeup and his hair, and he looked really nice.
Oh, does he have like dreadlocks?
No, I wouldn't say dreadlocks. I'd just say long hair.
Long hair?
This was for a documentary as well.
Wow, this is absolutely one of the most interesting interviews.
Well,
that
I
I've
can tell you this much about him. He has big feet.
Oh,
But he's very nice, even though he's got big feet. He's not ashamed of them at all.
does he leave footprints?
Well, I
quite
would
often?
think that a big person like that would. I know he likes beef jerky because I saw a lot of beef jerky things on the sides.
What about small animals?
I didn't see any small animals when he was around.
They're scared.
I don't know. I thought he was very nice.
Well, he must be very legendary.
He is legendary.
Does he live up in the Northwest by chance?
Well, sometimes he lives in the Northwest, but sometimes he lives in the Southwest.
The Southwest? Oh, now I'm confused.
No,
I thought I knew it
Northwest.
was. Northwest.
Northwest.
Northwest. Like
Northwest.
up in Washington,
Sometimes.
Tacoma area.
And sometimes he's in the Northeast.
Northeast.
Yes. He spends his summers in the Northeast. He spends his winters in the Northwest.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
And he's got big feet.
He does. And he has a friend that lives in New Jersey.
Same size?
No,
No?
smaller.
Smaller?
Yes.
In Jersey.
He's a little devil, though, I'll tell you that.
I really hope you folks are enjoying this.
Who could not? It's me.
Again, we're with Lily LaRue, makeup
artist to the
to the
stars.
stars. And that's pronounced stars.
That's how everybody says it, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone on the East Coast.
That's how we say it in Louisiana.
On the east side of Louisiana.
Kinda, yeah.
So,
By the bayou.
do you get to New Orleans often?
I have been to New Orleans.
Oh, you have been?
Yes.
Like just once or?
No, I've been there quite a few times.
Oh. So do you hang out any of the bars like on Bourbon Street?
You know what? I'm not a fan of the bars on Bourbon Street.
No.
No, but I do like the cemeteries.
So you hang out in the cemeteries and
Well,
New
some of my
Orleans.
former clients are there.
oh.
And then also, it's good inspiration.
So do you often work with maybe mortuaries and do makeup for the dead?
Well, I'm not going to say. But it's a possibility.
Well, at least you don't get any complaints from those customers.
Even my live customers would never give me complaints.
So how long do they live after you do makeup for them?
I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
So what type of materials do you use in your makeup? Like,
Well, all kinds of things. You use the mascara, the eyebrow pencils, the colors and everything that you put on the lids, the blush, the highlighter, the lipstick pencil. You know, all those little things. The darker colors that you do right here for the little contrasts and everything. Because if your face is too round, you want it to look skinny. And if your face is too skinny, you want it to look plump. And all the colors can do that.
colors?
Yes. It's all a matter of how you do the colors.
So, you know, a lot of the on-air personalities need makeup artists. Because, I mean...
Well, have you seen Callie? Seriously? I mean, that girl needs some help. I've seen some people on television, they need some help.
She just texted.
Did she? What did she say?
I won't tell you.
Okay. I'll have to ask her myself when I see her someday.
I don't think that's going to be anytime soon.
Well, we'll see.
So, what about news anchors and those people? Have you ever done any work for them?
Oh my goodness.
They need help?
A lot of them need help. I saw this show called WGN, and those people are beautiful.
Beauty-miss?
They are so beautimous.
They're
They
totes
do not.
adorable?
They are totes adorbs. They do not need any help at all. But some of the other channels, it's not so much the makeup, but it's the clothing they wear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
They
I've
could use
noticed
some
that.
help.
Yeah, clothing selection seems to be an issue lately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it used to be you had rules about what you could wear on air. Boy, it seems like those are gone.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There's this thing that you can buy. It's called a mirror. And you can get them really big. And then you stand in front of it and you look at yourself and you say, do I look good? And if you honestly say, yes, I do, ask a friend. And then if that friend says, yeah, you look great, think about changing your outfit.
Advice well taken. So, any of the news anchors or any on-air personalities that are listening out there, remember, buy a mirror.
Buy a mirror. And don't just look at the front. Turn around, look at the back, see what you can see, what you can't see, if it looks right, you know.
So they shouldn't take their producer's word for it before they go on camera. They should look in the mirror first.
Ask somebody that you really respect how you look. And this is it. If they go, oh my God, you look so cute, then that's probably good. And if they go, oh, I think that color looks really pretty, then it may be that they're not supposed to wear it.
So let's talk about the weather people, because
Yes.
they are on quite a bit. You know, they have to do a lot of action going on. Who do you think is the best looking weather reporter or meteorologist on air?
Tom freaking Skilling. Oh my God, he's so cute. He is. He's adorbs.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Oh my goodness.
the folks at WGN are not going to be able to live with them now, like they couldn't.
He's so adorable. I saw him on television and I was just like, oh my God.
I'm sure they're going to play this segment on WGN.
I don't know. But he is my hero.
You've heard it. Lily LaRue said Tom Skilling is
No,
adorable.
Tom freaking Skilling. He's so cute.
All right, what
Oh my
about news
goodness.
anchors?
News anchors. Well, there's some very nice looking ones. I personally think that Trevor Noah is very good looking. Colin Jost and Michael Che are very good looking. James Corden is very good looking. Larry Potash is very good looking.
Larry?
Larry Potash, he's really cute.
You're that Larry.
Let's see. There's a guy that's sometimes on there named Sean Lewis. He's also very cute.
Oh, we've had him on the show.
No!
Yes.
You had Sean Lewis on your
We've had
show?
him on the show. Look at our YouTube and our Facebook page. I know
really
it got
can't.
quite a few views.
I really can't. He's adorable.
He's totes adorable.
He is. Dean Richards. You know, all those guys.
Yeah.
The WGN crew is just so cute.
Yeah, I think they really screen them for cuteness and
I think they
totes
do.
adoredness.
They do.
Yeah.
That Anna Billabong girl, she's cute too.
Kelly wants to be her.
I don't blame her.
Kelly wants to be her for Northwest Indiana.
Well, that's a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Go out and just
If
do
I
stuff.
could give her some tips on makeup and hair, she'd be okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that too much.
It's true. I mean, she's cute and all that, but come
She's
on,
very cute.
seriously? You know, a little makeup, a little blush. Come on, honey.
I'll let you two work that out.
Yeah, okay.
So what about some secrets? Have you ever thought about coming out with a tell-all about stars that...
Well, yes. You know, I have a diary, and I make all kinds of little notes in my diary with my little pen and my little pencil and my little piece of paper, but I don't want to cause any rifts or issues with anything, so my lawyer is under strict rules that I will give him all of my papers, and then when I'm gone, the big tell-all book will come out.
So this will only come out after you're gone.
That's correct.
Why is that?
Well, because I don't want to give out secrets and worry about upsetting some of my clients by being honest about some of the things I've learned and heard when I've worked with them.
So you want to wait till you're gone so
Yes.
you don't have to deal
Yes.
with that
Yes.
whole
Yes. And talking
backlash.
about my life, too, because my life is so exciting. I mean, I travel, like I said, all over the country with my clients.
Kelly wants to know who your lawyer is.
Who my lawyer is? Well, I have a couple of lawyers, but my favorite one is right over there in a place called Merrillville.
Maryville.
Yes,
But you travel all over the world.
Yes.
And you have a lawyer in Maryville.
I do. I heard good things about him.
Is he one of the ones that has a billboard?
No.
No?
No,
No billboard.
no billboards.
Does he have advertisements on TV?
No,
Oh.
no. But I know if I ever did need to call somebody for an accident, there's a bunch of phone numbers that I've got memorized in my head.
Like a makeup accident, per se?
Well, I would never have a makeup accident. I am a professional makeup artist to the stars.
So, you've never had a mistake during a makeup session that you put the wrong
Honey,
eyeliner?
I'm a professional. I would never, ever make that mistake.
You heard it here. Never.
Never.
So, let's talk about, we covered movies.
Yes.
We covered animation.
Yes.
You are also a makeup artist for cartoon
Yes.
characters. Charlotte's one of them.
I have not met Charlotte, I told
No?
you.
Okay. What about Kermit the Frog?
I have not met Kermit.
No.
No. I did see him one time when I was walking past a pond. I said hello. He was very kind.
Good. He usually is.
Yes.
So, how long are you planning on staying?
As long as my client needs me.
Oh, and she's in this.
She is
event.
performing tomorrow night in Griffith at the Kids Zone.
Wow, so one of your clients is performing in Griffith.
Yes, in Griffith at the Rock and Rail Music and Street Festival.
And she flew you in just for your services.
Well, yes, she's making public appearances. You know, it's one thing when you're at the hotel and you don't really care how you look, but when you go out in public, see, I believe in the old days, when you go out, you always want to look your best. Sometimes people go out in their pajama bottoms and sweatpants and things like that. I don't. Just walking over here. Look at these shoes, honey. Look at these shoes.
Oh my goodness.
These are my everyday shoes when I go shopping because I want to look good.
Those are, they look quite uncomfortable.
They're beautiful. No, they're comfortable. They're sparkly and pretty.
Well, how do you, if you ever the need occurs, how do you run in those?
Why would I need to run?
Like maybe someone wasn't happy with their makeup?
Again, never has happened.
Never.
Never. I am a professional.
But you do have a staff of lawyers.
I have a lawyer who helps me with my thousands of dollars that I have from working with my clients.
Oh, man. Oh, I know someone that just joined us that would be very interested in your services.
Yes?
Ken.
Ken? Who's
Yeah,
Ken?
he's Kelly's friend.
Is that Barbie's
that-
boyfriend?
No.
No.
Actually, this is the person that's responsible for Kelly's beauty.
Oh, her beauty?
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Are you sure? Her makeup is done by this guy?
I'm not sure makeup. I know her hair is.
Oh, well, sometimes her hair is lovely.
I can.
Sometimes her hair looks lovely. If you're the guy who does it when it looks all pretty and shiny and straight and pretty, then you are very, very good. I can think that you don't do her hair all the time, though, because I've seen it sometimes where it's like, whoosh.
It's all right, Ken. Oh, boy. But we're going to wrap up the show here pretty soon.
Yes, okay.
Because there's some law enforcement officials waiting outside. I don't know what they're here
Well,
for.
the men in blue do like a girl with curly hair.
It seemed to, accompanied by a lawyer.
Not mine.
But you're, no?
No,
I think it's someone else's.
could be.
Do you often have other people's lawyers contact you?
No. No, I'm a professional. What?
Ken,
What did he say?
not my fault.
What's not? Oh, her hair? Well, sometimes it looks good. That must be your fault because normally it doesn't look that great. So I'm going to assume those are her days.
Yeah.
I've seen her with her makeup on the show, and 99.9% of the time it's the crazy hair and the, like whatever.
She's always beautiful.
Just saying.
All right, with that, is there any parting words you have for us? Maybe some hints, makeup hints? I know you said you got to go out and get a mirror. Check that mirror.
Yes, always have a mirror. The bigger the better, because you want to see all of you. It's not just this part that people see. They see all of you. So take a look around, see how pretty you are. Ask people when you buy something, say, before you buy it, say, how does this look on me? And if the person says, oh, it's perfect, then maybe you should get it. But if they go, oh, it's such a pretty color, well, then maybe you shouldn't get it, because that doesn't sound like much of a compliment about you. It sounds more like the color of the dress is pretty. So anyway, those are some suggestions. Go to people like that Kenny guy, because when Callie's hair is done by him, it looks lovely.
Oh.
Because I have seen it looking really pretty, and I'm assuming those are the days that Kenny does her hair. Let's see. And then definitely you should be going on Labor Day weekend, August 30th to September 2nd, to the Rock and Rail Music and Street Festival right here in downtown Griffith on Broad Street. Like I said, my client will be there tomorrow night in the Kids Zone. Can't tell you her name, but she is friends with Danny Dog and Candy Cat. So if that gives you a hint, you'll know who she is. But they have all kinds of fun things going on for the whole entire weekend. So you should come on down. It must be a big thing because I saw the street was closed and everything. They got a big stage. They got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, Broad Street is already closed off.
You know, I'd never even heard of Griffith, Indiana, except for one time I was watching a movie about a guy who had two little boys, and the one little boy wanted to get some kind of a BB gun, and the dad was sitting in a chair, and he said something about Griffith, Indiana, and I was like, I never even heard of such a place, and look at me now, I'm actually here. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? Well, we're appreciative of you coming on the show.
Well,
most of us are.
I'm just sorry that I missed Callie because, honestly, she could use my help.
Well, I am sure when I texted early, she seemed very happy that she was where she's at. You were
well,
here.
You know what? Big Bone Lick Park in Kentucky is really a very nice place, and it's not too far from Rabbit Hash. And like I said, I am friends with the mayor of Rabbit Hash.
And again, Kelly will be back tomorrow from Big Bone Lick Park.
Oh, she's coming back tomorrow?
Yes, I hope so.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
So, we'll be on the air.
I'll make sure I leave a list of some tips for her that you can give to her.
Yeah, I think she already said what you could do with those tips. I'll leave that between you and her. So with that, we will sign off. And any parting words?
Well, I just want to say that I've had a lovely time here in the region. It's a very cute little place. Some of the houses are just totes adorbs. And I've met some very nice people, especially when I'm on the corner. People pull up in their cars and say all kinds of nice things to me. Let's see what else. I guess that's it. I just want you all to have a lovely weekend. You know, show up at the Rock and Rail, have a good time. All that kind of stuff, and stay beautiful, everybody. Stay beautiful.
And if you see Lily standing on the corner, don't forget to roll down your window and
say hi.
Say hi. That's it.
Oh.
We would like to thank you, and thank you for tuning in. And Kelly will be with us tomorrow, and looking forward to that.
Okay.
Yes, and we wish you a safe trip back.
Oh, thank you.
You're not going to be here long, are you?
Oh, no, just until my client leaves.
Thank goodness. I mean, good for you. So with that, we wish you all a safe rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.